So, my mom doesn't want to help with the kids anymore, which makes life a lot more difficult. But whatever, I'll figure it out. What's been on my mind lately? So, I had an interaction with this girl who was basically just messaging me to ask about whether or not I had custody of my kids and what happened with my divorce and that kind of stuff. And it really bothered me because, I went into the fact that my ex-husband was abusive, and she said, well, physically too. And the thing that bothers me about that is that it's like people are trying to qualify your abuse. They will say, if it doesn't fit this box or this idea, then it wasn't that bad or it wasn't this or that. First of all, yes, Jack was physically abusive, but second of all, the behaviors towards me didn't start physically. This is a lot harder for me to talk about than I thought it would be. The emotional hurts started long before that. The stonewalling and isolation, that was the absolute hardest. It really wasn't until Thomas was born, which was 2 years after we had been married. Maybe longer. Probably at least 3 years, because once Thomas was old enough to walk and move around and stuff, that's when he started to get very aggressive with Thomas. And it was very difficult for me to be in that position. I try to compare its different feelings, like with Ryan, who physically put his hands on me and pulled me down and threatened to throw me against a wall, to Jack. What Ryan did terrified me, but sometimes I'm in a situation and I think maybe he's going to hurt me, maybe something bad is going to happen, but I can communicate that and then talk. And then usually have a sense of safety. The thing is, with Jack and how that went, it destroyed my self-esteem. It destroyed my confidence. It destroyed everything about my identity. And being in the position where you don't know what the right thing to do to keep your child safe, you want to believe that his father's a good person. He loves him. Being together as a family is better for him than not. But at the same time, there are these very escalated situations where you feel like he might be in danger. But then you react that way and you try to protect him. And his dad is saying, he's not in danger. What are you doing? You're overreacting. You're crazy. You're being crazy. Nothing's wrong. He has 2 little marks on him. That's nothing. Then, the most he did to me physically was block me when I would try to leave. We'd get in an argument and I'd try to leave the house and he'd take a stance in front of me, wide leg, and make fists, basically like challenging me to try to leave or he would fight me. That was very scary. He would stomp his feet and slam doors. He would drive erratically to make me feel like we were in danger. He would, after I got pregnant with Jude, he did put his hands on me for the first time. He grabbed my wrist, pulled my phone out. After Eve was born, there was the time that he ran and charged at me, and I was terrified. I was holding Eve. She was a baby. And then he just crumpled up a piece of paper and threw it at my face. And, like you share these experiences and people are like, he threw a piece of paper at you. But, like, he ran and charged at me. Like, I was holding a newborn baby. The thing is, I forgot that had it even happened until I read about it from a journal entry that I had written. Now I remember it very well. Jogged my memory. But it kind of makes me wonder how many experiences have there been that I just forgot. I know I hate being hugged by people without my initiation or consent. He would just come up to me and hug me really tight. Like I couldn't move. Sometimes I could hardly breathe. It made me so uncomfortable. It wasn't what I wanted. We went to a hotel in Florida in January before the separation. We were separated in May. And he was so aggressive and angry. The more he realized he was losing control over me, the more aggressive towards me he got. He got upset because I wouldn't cuddle with him. I didn't want to cuddle. He was asking me some questions, I think, and I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to answer his questions. And he just swept his hand over everything on the bed and threw it all down on the ground. It's like my laptop and some makeup and stuff, the things that had been in my backpack. And the thing is, he's always so aggressive and careless with mine and the children's belongings. He threw Thomas's nightlight against a wall and smashed it multiple times. He did it on purpose. He would break things very easily, getting frustrated and losing his patience with them. But never his belongings. Never his things. And, I used to think he was losing his temper. I used to think he was just short-fused, impatient. But no, because he would do it to mine and the children's things. He would never do it to his stuff. I get very tense talking about it. I can't even begin to talk about everything with Eve. I just wish that things were different. And I wish that people understood that emotional abuse is the damage that was done to me mentally over a sustained period of 10 years. That's not changing. I mean, yeah, the physical things, they're not good. They're not, they have their own trauma. Certain situations, the flashbacks, or just being, like that's... It's all awful. That's really what it is. It's all awful. And it's a different trauma. But it's a similar game. And the abuser's always, well, if you hadn't done this, I wouldn't have done this. I don't want to talk badly about people, but I haven't been in a healthy male relationship since getting divorced, and my divorce, certainly my marriage was not healthy. And it's almost like they all just escalated further and further. And that's the hard thing for me, because I feel like I'll get better a lot. I'll do a lot of healing. And then I find myself in the same fucking situation with just a different person. And I don't get how. There's a person that I've been hanging out with that sometimes I worry about. And sometimes it's hard to know if it's your intuition or if it's your trauma. Sometimes you just have to sit with something and see where it goes and what happens. Sometimes you have to walk away before you get too far in. Who knows what that will be. It's hard being here right now. I just want to finish school. I want to live on my own again. I want to have my circle, the people I trust. I want so badly to have a partner, not like a relationship, I mean a parent partner. I wish so badly that Jack was not the person that he was. It is exhausting. I've never really regretted my kids, but it's just a lot. And, the support from my mom, it's helpful. I just, being out here, like, I go running in the morning. I've started journaling again. Like, I've passed 2 more classes, and it's just, I realize, like, how much better I'm doing. Just having that extra physical support of helping the kids. And I could only imagine, like, because that whole situation is a dumpster fire. Like, it's a shit fest. And if I actually had someone who, like, could also share the emotional labor, could help with the physical demands and co-parenting without everything that being anywhere with my mom comes with, would be so nice. Like, I would love to have 50-50 custody, but I'm legitimately terrified for my children. The relationship with Thomas is so hard. He's so much like Jack, and it scares the shit out of me. And I know it puts a strain on my relationship with him because I can't connect with him the way that I want to. And I think it's part of why he feels tense and his anxiety. I want us to be settled somewhere so we could, like, go to therapy and stuff. I have no income right now. I'm not getting any unemployment. I mean, I am getting child support, but it's covering, like, the bare minimums right now, and it's really stressful. I'm really I want to get my life together, but it's so hard to, like, where do you start? Should I focus on the kids? Should I focus on my career? Should I focus on, like, there's just a lot of different paths that I could take, and I don't know which one's the right one. I am glad that I got to come to New York. It's worth it. As hard as it's been. I know most of my frustrations just come from the limitations that have been put on me, and some things with the kids too, the way that my mom, differences there. But I know this is best, and it'll get better. It's really hard to not want to just, I think I use some forms of escapism, spending time with other people, maybe hooking up with random people, things like that. I like those feelings. It's like just a hit for me of better. But, I'm okay being alone too. And I can handle what I need to handle. I know this is a really long video, so I feel like I should end it, but I just want to live sometimes. And I see people close to my age who can just go to work, come home, hang out with their friends all day, do anything they want to do. Their only obligation is to themselves. And I kind of miss that sometimes. I always have to live my life taking into consideration what effect this is going to have on my children. Anytime I go out, I have to consider how much time I've spent away from them. You know, it's not a big deal. I do it for them. I love them. But sometimes it's hard to just enjoy being with them. I don't know. I use my phone as a coping mechanism a lot. I like to listen to my music. I would really like to be more present with the kids, and the times that we are, it's fun. We had a really good time yesterday. It's just hard because they want it all the time. And I feel like I'm never going to be able to fill them enough. I could spend time with them for hours, all day long, and they still want to be in my bed, and they still, sliding paper under the door when all I'm doing is getting dressed. Like, they just want to be with me all the time. And I love them so much, and I want to be with them all the time, and I love that closeness, but it feels a little scary in that I don't know if I'm doing things right. I don't know. And I wish I could enjoy spending time with them the way I enjoy spending time with my friends. It's a different feeling. I love them and I love being with them. It's so exciting and fun to see all the ways that they're learning and growing and developing. But it's not as relaxing for me. I always feel very tense and anxious around my kids. And I don't know why. Maybe a lot of it has to do with, you know what? Yeah, because it didn't really happen until the divorce. They'll come home and start saying things from Jack, or, I just feel like I always have to be on guard with them. And I just want to enjoy my kids again and feel comfortable. I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders. I've been so tense this whole conversation. It's not really a conversation, whatever I'm doing, this thing. Oh, God. And I haven't even gotten into my self-esteem issues, which are a whole nother unrelated topic. But honestly, I just feel like nobody... it's just more and more apparent to me that, like, I'm not that special. I'm not that great. Like, I feel like I'll crush on somebody and I'm just an option to them. And why would I be anything more? I'm just, I'm not as pretty as other people who haven't had kids, who have nice bodies, who take the time to do their makeup every day, who have all these aesthetic pictures on Instagram, and I'm not the person that they're gonna want to look at night. Just to have peace and comfort and feel nice. my face and my body isn't going to give that response for somebody unless they love me. And they're not going to want to choose me and love me if I'm just an option. I don't know. You know, I tell myself it doesn't matter because I don't want a relationship, first of all. But even if I did, by the time I got to that point, you know, somebody who's meant to be with me, who's, you know, whatever, they're gonna be very attracted to me and my body and who I am, no matter what. But it's, you know, sometimes you just want to feel like you're what somebody wants, even if it's not like, I don't know. And it's harder when, you know, the things about me aren't where I want to be. Like, my eyebrows are always a mess. My skin is breaking out. Like, my skin just looks older, you know? I'm not young anymore. My body is bigger, and, you know, I just, if I was happy with how I looked, I feel like it would be easier because I could be more confident, at least in myself. But I'm not. I'm not. You know, I just wish someone would look at me and want all of that. Want to look at me naked, or, you know, in however I am, and love it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I gotta go. This has been a really long video.